Okay, the wind is vicious today, so there will be a lot of stops and starts and editing to cut out the wind. I will try not to talk when it's too windy. I want to talk today about some of the differences I noticed between the U.S. and the Philippines. I've been here almost 6 years, which I still find amazing. Boy, time flies here. I am 2 months away from my 6-year anniversary. And I do have a video series planned for the anniversary. I hope you enjoy it. That'll be in February. I just spent 2 months in the U.S. It's only my second time back in 6 years. And I've gotten very used to the Philippines. We do complain about the humidity, but I spent the entire time in Texas freezing. It was not cold. I was cold. I got used to this humidity. I got back there without the humidity and was freezing. So I guess you do get used to it. Now I'm back here, I'm sweating and complaining. So what are you gonna do? I can't believe I've been back here a month already. I was in the US for 2 months, and no offense to friends and family, but it felt like it was forever. It was really, really long. I've been back here a month, and it feels like I've been here a week. I mean, time flies here. I don't know. It's bizarre. We just had Christmas, and in like 2 months, it'll be Christmas again. That's what it feels like. It's really, really fast here. So the 2-month trip did feel really long, and I've been just shocked that I've been back here for a month already. I am way behind on posting my US videos, but the ones that I have posted already aren't getting very many views. I think you people are more interested in the Philippines than Texas, and I understand that. So I will continue to make the Texas videos, but they will be interspersed a little at a time with all the regular Filipino content. That does seem to be what people are more interested in. And quite frankly, I have more fun making the Philippine content. But I was concerned about having some type of culture shock. Now granted, I lived in the US for almost 50 years, and I've only been here less than 6. But I've gotten used to it, so I was curious how different it would be when I got back to the US. One of the first things I noticed, besides some of the ridiculous pricing, oh my God, I had sticker shock more than culture shock. But one of the biggest differences is everything is so hectic there. Everything is rush, rush, go here, go there, do this, do that. Here on the islands, everything is more laid back. And I knew that because I used to live in Hawaii, and they would joke about the mainlanders, you know, always in a rush. There are bumper stickers like, slow down, you're not on the mainland. And Hawaii thought they were laid back. They seem hectic compared to this place. So it's really laid back here. Don't get in a hurry. And when I got back to the US, it just felt like everything was just hectic. It was frantic all the time. And I'm sure it wasn't. I mean, it was probably, since I wasn't working and had no responsibilities, I was probably very relaxed for the US. I just am really used to this laid-back lifestyle. It works for me. Among expats, we kind of joke about, like when you're running errands in the US, you have a day and you plan half a dozen things you get done, and you get them done easily. Here, if you get 2 things done in a day, you're done good. Travel time is slower. Service is slower. Even if it's a good service, it's just not fast. People complain about like the DMV, the driver's license, you know, in the US, how slow. Nah, man, here, like at the bank in the US, they're watching the clerks and timing how long everything takes. Here, not so much. You get up to the clerk and they're friendly, they're helpful, but they're not in a hurry. They do this, they take their time, and when you first get here from the US, you're kind of like, you know, almost quivering, like, oh my God, can I go back behind the counter and do this for you? But then you get used to it or you go crazy. I got used to it pretty easy. When I work hard. When I play hard. When I goof off, I don't know if you can goof off hard. I goof off well. And so here, even like when I'm running errands, I know not to be in a hurry. There may be times I'll complain. Some days it will kind of, get on your nerves and let yourself get in a hurry sometimes. But I'm pretty good being laid back. Right now it's January. I have to go do my annual report at immigration. I know it's going to be crowded. It's going to take a while. So the day I do it, that is going to be the only thing planned for the day. Immigration and lunch. That's it. I know not to schedule any more than that in a day. Last year when I did my annual report, I got to immigration one day. I looked at the crowd, huge crowd, and I was like, I don't live that far away. I don't need to wait in that line, because people do come from all over the island to immigration here. So it gets crowded that 2 months, because it's January, February, you have to do the annual report. I looked at the crowd, said, no, I don't need it that bad. I went shopping, went to lunch, had a good day. Didn't get my annual report done that day, but I didn't consider it a wasted day because I still had fun. Probably had a drink or two along the way. So I haven't done it yet this year, but when I do, it will be the only thing scheduled for the day. Go to immigration, do the annual report, should take about 10 minutes. And it's probably going to take me 3 hours to get to the desk to take the 10 minutes. And that's okay. You plan for that. And in the US, it's just so busy, so hectic. You plan 5 or 6 things in a day, and you're just running, always in a hurry, going here, going there. You're not getting anywhere, but you're busy. And I found it tiring. I was like, we're running around, and I'm like, we need to sit down and have a drink. Let's kick back for a while. So it was good because my family likes to talk. I'm a talker. We all are. So we'd go to lunch or something, and we would sit down and end up just talking for an hour or two after lunch before leaving. We would just camp at the restaurant. So that was good. We'd slow down. But everyone else around, I would just see everyone was so busy, so hectic. That rat race, it's kind of crazy. So the biggest difference that I see, and everyone is going to have different ideas and different opinions of their time. The biggest difference I see is just kind of the attitude. Island life is more laid back. It just, I don't know. I guess everything's like, the weather's nice, it's a pretty day, it's a rock. I live on a rock. Where am I going to go? What's the hurry? And I've adjusted to that pretty well. I got back to Texas. Everything is spread out. To go to my son's house, it's a 45-mile drive. My daughter's house was 30 miles the other way. So we'd, drive an hour or two to go to lunch. And here, there's nothing that far away. Now the roads here are really tiny, so driving time, like I said, it takes me an hour to get to the city from my house, and it's only, 20 kilometers? 13, 14 miles? I don't know. I'd have to actually do math. Not far. In the US, it would take me 10 minutes, So the driving is different. The time is, you don't get in a hurry. You're not going very far to get to the city. It's going to take you an hour. Just relax and let it. In the US, you drive a lot faster. Here they act like they drive fast. No, no, no. In Texas, it's spread out. Everybody's going a long way and they want to get there quickly. So you drive a lot faster. So putting 100 miles a day on your car is not uncommon. Here, it just doesn't happen. Even when I lived in the US, I was good at relaxing. Like I said, when it's time to work, I work, and I work hard. But work was only to pay the bills. It got in the way of life. So I was a big vacationer. My kids and I would go every spring break for 10 years. We would go for 8 days to Orlando, go to Universal, Disney, and even on vacation, we'd have to have a day set aside to stay at the resort just to hang out at the pool. They had this pool complex with a lazy river. We'd rent a cabana for the day, and the cabana came stocked with food and drink, and had a TV and a phone, so you could use the phone to call for more. You call the restaurant, they bring you whatever you want. So we'd be sitting in the cabana sipping strawberry daiquiris all day, roll out into the pool and swim for a while. I'm good at that. And we did that was an 8-day trip, and we would do that every year in the spring break. Then we would take short vacations throughout. If they got a week out of school, we might go somewhere. The short vacations wouldn't be very far away, but we just go, if it's a 3-day, 4-day weekend, you take off and go somewhere and just relax and enjoy it. When the kids got older, I would go by myself. I'd go do a Mexico weekend. I'd go scuba diving in Cozumel. I'd go camping and hiking somewhere. Just take off by myself and go camping for a few days. And I was always planning my next trip, my next vacation. Or without planning, there'd be a spur of the moment. Hey, I got a surprise day off, let's go somewhere. And I was always really big on the vacations.
Hi, sir.
Good day.
Where you come from?
U.S.
Are you?
Yeah. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Just doing some videos for YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun interruption. So yes, the U.S. is much more hectic. Here is very much laid back. But privacy and personal space are unheard of. I was filming a video, obviously filming a video. This group of college kids wanted to chat, so they sat at my table and just started talking. They asked, "What are you doing?" I point to the camera. I says, "I'm filming a video." They looked, they saw that it was filming, and they just kept talking. So eventually I just turned off the camera, and they wanted to talk for like 30 minutes. It was fun visiting, so I didn't mind really, but yeah, it's different. So that's something that would not happen in the US. That's another big difference. Privacy and personal space don't really exist here. They just don't. And some of the foreigners get pretty upset with that, and I admit sometimes it gets on my nerves too. There is no personal space, and every once in a while I gotta just tell people, hey, you gotta back off. I mean, just a little bit. We're not engaged, we're not married, don't sit on my lap. It's not that bad, but yeah, it's kind of funny. So I talked to those people. There's 2 guys, 2 girls from Cataclan up north, and they just wanted to visit for a while. Then their van came to pick them up to take them back to Cataclan, and they left. So it kind of stopped the video for 30 minutes. Then I went to lunch, so I'm back home now. But yeah, the biggest thing I think really is just the laid back attitude here. It's not hectic, it's not rushed. You just kind of, you go with the flow, you just enjoy the ride, and I'm good with that. And some of the foreigners here have problems adjusting to it, and man, I don't. But see, I've never been defined by my job. A job just paid the bills. It pays for life, but it gets in the way. So I don't need to have something to do all day. I'm fine hanging out. And the personal space issue. Hello. The personal space issue is just something you got to learn to deal with. It is different. It's very crowded. People want to talk to you, they're just going to come talk to you. In the US, they don't do that. They see you filming, they're going to leave you alone. If you're not filming, they're going to leave you alone. Here, they don't. They want to talk, they talk. They're very friendly, which I enjoy. I enjoy them being friendly. I enjoy talking. So it's not a problem. But it gets weird sometimes. So, glad to be back home. The Philippines is great. It's not for everyone. You better come visit before you move here, because it's not for everyone. It was nice visiting the family in the US. It was nice seeing everybody, fun talking with them, hanging out. Good to be back home. This is laid back, this is peaceful. You know, I'm gonna complain about the noise. Always do, probably always will. Sorry. Gotta have something. Some people complain about roosters and dogs. I only complain about stereos. But other than that, this laid back life is good for me. And I'm gonna start working on a video series of interviews for my 6th anniversary. So stand by for that. It'll come out sometime in February. Have a good day.
Enjoy your day in paradise.